What's up everyone, so I made a little experiment. I played on GamerSaloon for 30 days and I documented my journey of how much I can make. So yeah, I've been playing on GamerSaloon for a long time, but to be honest with you, I have not been playing like this consistently. So I played a few games here and there. Back in the day when FIFA was actually popular, I played a lot, but recently not so much, so I decided to test it out to see how much money I can make in 30 days. I decided that I'll be playing FC26, which is the only game on the site that I'm actually quite decent at. I'm not very good, let me tell you straight away, so don't expect too much, but I can win some games. So I decided to play FC26 for 8 hours a day, meaning that I wanted to be available for 8 hours, so not to play 8 hours of games, because nobody can guarantee that I can find that amount of games. So I decided to be available for 8 hours, and whatever number of games I find in that period of time would be the amount of games that I play. So those were the rules. And I started with $35, so I already had some money, like over $1,000 I believe, and I withdrew that money to start fresh, so I left $45 and then I reset my record to start with a clean record of 0 wins and 0 losses. So I actually started with $35. So that was my starting point, and let's see how much money I managed to make. So it started out terribly. So I managed to find an opponent and we played 3 or 4 games, and yeah, I drew my first game and then I lost the remaining games. So I actually started with 35 and ended up with how much? Let me see, around $8 I believe, after my first 3 or 4 games. So the start was terrible. After that, slowly but surely, I started finding more games. So, and I started winning. $2 games, $3 games, $5 games. Remember that this is FC26, so it's not the most popular game on the site, but you can still find some games. I'll talk about that later. But yeah, I was winning some games, and I'll put some highlights and some videos of the action happening on the site to see how it looks when you are accepting challenges, when you are reporting your results and stuff like that, when you're talking with people. And in some cases you'll see my balance jump significantly, and that's not because of my wins, I'll be transparent with you, but it's because I also make money from affiliate marketing. So if you want to join GamerSaloon, I'll leave my link in the description box below, and if you sign up I also get a bonus, and you'll get an amazing bonus. It's a 50% instant deposit bonus, meaning that you'll get half of the money that you deposit added to your account instantly. So if you deposit, for example, $10, which is the minimum amount, you will be starting with $15 instead, because you'll get additional $5 and so on. So if you want to join, if you want to see how much you can make playing one of the games that are available on the site, use my link and make me rich and get a nice bonus for yourself. So yeah, generally after that I was winning games, but to be honest with you, as I said, the glory days of FIFA are long gone, so there are not many players. So I managed to, yeah, I didn't manage to find a game every day. So some days I was available, I was there for 8 hours and there was not a single game. And my tactic was to contact players directly. So There is a section on GamerSaloon where you can find the usernames of all the players that join the site, their console usernames. So you can contact them directly on their console, and that way there is a higher chance of you finding games. So I used that to my advantage. I posted around 2, 3, 4, a couple of challenges a day, so for different amounts, for example one for $3, one for $5, one for $8, or something like that. And then I would wait to see if someone is gonna accept, because when you post more challenges there is a higher percentage of someone accepting your challenges, because there are more options, simply more traps. So yeah, those were my tactics. So I would be available for 8 hours, and to be honest, I didn't take that very seriously either. So to be really available for those 8 hours would mean that you would have to sit in front of your computer and look for games all the time. And I was not doing that. I was just being at home for 8 hours. So theoretically, if someone accepted my challenge, I could jump straight into the game. But I was not hunting people all the time on the site, so I was just being at home, and yeah, I had those challenges posted, and that's about it. Then I would wait, I would do something else entirely, and if someone accepted, I would play. But if you were to spend your time consistently looking at your screen and looking for people to play with and posting challenges consistently and constantly and talking with people in the chat, you would be able to find more games. But I couldn't bother with that, to be honest. So these are the results of the tactics that I'm showing you right now, which were not the most optimized tactics in the world. But as I said, I was available for 8 hours. I was not constantly being at my desk looking for games. I was just being at home doing whatever I wanted to do. I would post some challenges every day, and I would contact some people. I was not doing that consistently either, so I would contact them on their console and I would hope for the best. And as I said, I'm not the best player, so if you are a better player, if you are consistently looking for games and developing better tactics to find players actually, then you can make much more. And as I said, in the golden days of FIFA, you could make $3, $4, even $500 a month doing what I was doing. So probably even with less effort. But right now the situation is pretty sad. But when it comes to other games on the site, there are games that are far more popular than FC, which are Madden and NBA 2K. So if you play one of these games, especially if you play Madden, if you're good at Madden, you can make a lot of money, because there are so much more players. The bets that people are putting are so much higher, so people are playing for more money. For example, in FIFA, maybe it's usually an average bet is usually around $5 to $8. In Madden it's $20, $30 or even more. So, and it's similar when it comes to NBA 2K. There are less players, but people are still far more active and they're betting far bigger amounts of money. So if you play one of these games, yeah, if you are good, you can easily make like around $1,000, I believe, a month. But that's about it. Madden, the best game to play on the site. 2K, a very good game. FC, not so much, as you saw, and other games are meh. not very good. So if you play one of these two top games, then you can definitely make a very nice amount of money per month, and that's about it. You see, when I finished my challenge, I was around $430 or something like that, but that's because, as I said, I made around 155 or something like that dollars from playing, and the rest of the money was from affiliate marketing, from you guys signing up to the site and getting your bonus. So it's a win-win situation. So if you want to test out how much you can make on GamerSaloon, use the link in the description box below to get a nice bonus, and let me know how it went if you do your own challenge, especially if you play Madden. I'm very interested in how much you can make, but my estimate is around $1,000 a month easily. So that's about it. I just wanted to be transparent with you, to show you what's possible when an average FIFA player is playing on GamerSaloon without too much effort. Yeah, I was available for 8 hours, as he said, but I didn't do too much other than that, other than doing the basic things like posting challenges and contacting people. And that's about it. I hope to see you on the GamerSaloon. Challenge me if you're there.